Hello, everyone. Come in. Happy whatever day it is. Saturday. It's Saturday, right? Yes. I don't know what's going on anymore. Welcome in, Sploot and Conkles and Darkvolt and everybody else who is here. Also, yes, Ash Kisses are working. He is here. He's doing a lot better. He seems to be sort of recovering from his surgery well, his dental cleaning. He has been going on walks. He did his little run around. When he wants to play, he'll want me to chase him around the living room, and there's a perfectly circular oval path that he can take, and I just pretend to chase him, and I go, ah! And try to grab him, and he runs away, and then he smiles, and then he runs in the other direction, and then I go, ah! And then he runs the other direction until he gets tired. And then I pet him, and then I pick him up. I put him somewhere. A little sad when he wasn't doing that for the first couple days, but I knew he just needed to rest. So he'll be completely back to normal soon enough. Also, Art Fight is going on, and we've gotten a couple of attacks, and I've done one attack so far. We have this one from Astral, which has my little guy being like, Staccato, please, I need that, please come back. And so I love that very much. I'm like not used to getting fan art of my characters, so I'm just like every piece I treasure so much. And then we have Darkvolt's one, which I also love so dearly. Did such a good job of rendering the iridescent suit, and like the anatomy is so good, and the face and the wallet chain. I'm just like, this is the most rendered this character's ever been. This is great. So yes, thank you so much. Also got from somebody outside of the community, got one of Staccato and a couple other OCs just hanging out, and Staccato's there. He's just very little and small. Then the one that I've made is gonna be Bibg. Very Bibg. Stay there. This is Calviberry's character Viola from our Monster of the Week campaign, who like only now has a reference sheet. We sort of knew what she looked like before, but I just wanted Calvi to have a cool version of her character. So there she is. I definitely want to attack Astral and Darkvolt back. I sort of like already had characters in mind of theirs that I wanted to do. So I will 100% get to those. I'm probably, unless I'm coloring on stream, I'm likely going to do all of those off stream, because traditional art on stream is just like, it's very difficult to light correctly. If anybody knows how to like do a pencil drawing on stream without it looking extremely blown out, tell me. But it's also a lot of like, okay, well, I draw it in my notebook, and then I take a scan of it with my phone, and then I print it out and put it on this little light table that I have, and then I do like, there's a lot of running around doing different things that kind of isn't conducive to sitting in one spot and streaming. But yes, every piece of fan art, I suppose, of my character or my characters warms my entire heart. Oh, thank you. Also, we have the glasses. I painted them. These are already glued onto his face, but painted these green, painted these white, because these are for no hat Ralsei, or for hat Ralsei rather. Decided to just glue them to the sides of the head. And so you can make him be surprised or something if you want to, but otherwise he's here. I also did, it's not very perceptible, but I thought that like the slope of his chin looked a little strange. It was like a little bit too far inward, so I added just a little bit more polyfill and then like added the fur in the mouth back. So it's just a little bit better proportioned face. Like, I can do that off stream, that's fine. Actually was doing that literally like 5 minutes before stream. So yeah, these are just painted with acrylic paint, and then they have a little like spray fixative over top of them so they don't chip or anything. So yeah, let us continue. Today we will likely finish this one and start the other one. Although I'm never gonna say, oh yeah, we're totally gonna finish this. That's right, we also need to figure out, he's still bald. Still need to figure out what we want to do for the rest of his hair. That might be a good thing to do right now. Alright, so let's start recording the video. There we go. It's like I have to say that out loud because the one time that I forgot to do it for Canty, and I'm like, Canty would make a really good video, and then I like forgot to record the second half of it. I could still cut like this part out, but there's like the UI over it, and ugh, so we just have the raw video. Okay, so I believe what we decided to do for his hair was, and there's still like not great back sprites of him, that like show anything in particular, is mostly replicate what's on the plushie. Because I guess we can just test it out. At least with just his little like bangs. It's sort of like in the middle. This is how I learned to do like fur this way, of folding it over and then like and felting in the middle and then folding over top of this so that it has more volume to it. There's a flat Ralsei spray when Susie steps on him, if that helps. Do you have a link to that? If anybody has a link to a back sprite of Ralsei, let me know. They're just all very small. Oh. This. Perhaps over here. Okay. Yeah, so it's still not terribly detailed, but it is there, and it seems like it's just... Let me put it up on screen. Oopsies. Come here. It's just transparent, so it's like, no. R.I.P. Ralsei. It's okay, bud. Oh, he does have, like, pink feet. Interesting. That might just be shading, though. Because I was thinking, should I give him, like, little paw pads, or is that gonna, like, look too weird? I feel like that might be kind of unasked for. I think I'll just leave his feet white. If a character doesn't have, like, established paw pads, especially if they're, like, an anthro character, I feel like if you're, like, I don't like anything furry, then you are probably like, huh? Yeah, the plush would have them if they were part of the design, so we'll just not do that. Okay, so here's kind of what this looks like with realistic hair. Maybe this too thick, I don't know. Might have. I don't love how this looks. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna do what I originally thought to do, which was make it more cartoony. It very slightly contrasts with Susie, but and Chris will also be like realistic hair, but I think because Ralsei is like more cartoony than them, it makes enough sense. I also just feel like adding like shoulder length real hair on the back of Ralsei would look kind of weird. Oh, you guys are just go over there. Or somewhere. Scraps go there. Goes here. Cool. Usually have problems with hair not being voluminous enough, but I feel like Elsie's like kind of so little that I don't want to. His hair also like isn't a very big part of his design. It's there, but it's just like little bits. So maybe we don't want to make it too like draw too much attention to it. My knee-jerk reaction is to like add more because that's what I feel like I have to do a lot, but okay, so like this, and we'll have kind of design. Or 3 segments. The other thing you have to worry about with white is it getting other colors mixed into it by accident. Like other colors that are already stuck into here. Which I can get out, it just kind of takes a little bit. If it keeps fucking up, getting stuff in there, I might spend some time getting... edges here. There is a tool to do this without wearing the finger protectors, but here, that's flat, and then if we this and sort of angle it a little bit. Kind of more on top of his head rather than hanging. Okay. Yeah, I do like that better. I do like it being cartoonier. It fits the rest of his design. And hey, if you want to go all lore about it, it's like he looks more cartoony because he's a darkener. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that would hold up if I thought about it. If it's like the lighteners have more realistic designs than the darkeners. Like, I don't know. Face a little bit. I don't think his horns are big, but I kind of already made them. Felt them down a little bit more. They're not like noticeably too big, I don't think. If I do future versions, I make them a little smaller. Yes. Gallop to look to. I think we deserve some of the Deltarune Bossa Nova. Where did my everything go? No music. Here we go. Like this, and then this, then this. Then you're back to where you were. Doesn't matter how many scallops there are, because my proportions are different from the plush's proportion. Got a bigger head. And I don't really need to like worry too much about the top of this because it's going to be covered. And I also don't want to add too much volume because on this character the hair is not supposed to be that important. Also doing this detailing before you put it on is helpful, because if you tried to do it on the figure, you might just keep like felting it down onto the head and have to like keep pulling it off, and that might just like mess it up. If you have like a detailed separate piece that needs to go onto something later, it's good to make it separately and then put it on, and like to minimize messing with it once it's already on. May not even need the second layer, but we'll see. Oh, I sure did put that over something I need to do later, huh? Yeah. I don't really think he needs the second layer of hair. Might even sort of tuck these ones in. That part isn't like super supposed to be seen from the front. And just kind of make it a little shorter. Oh. And it's not as in the way anymore either. While we're here, we can just the rest of his neck. And the only thing that needs to go over this is the scarf. Yeah, we're going to be spending at least a little bit of time today adding a lot of white on white. Sorry about that. Need to make him appropriately fluffy. I love the Snowden music. I think it's also used for Hometown in Deltarune. At least part of it. Oh, welcome in, Portia. Nice to see ya. We're continuing to work on Ralsei today. Saturday's going well. Here's ow. Careful. Didn't count as a stab, that was just a little poke. The stab counter is for if I go, ow, fuck! Next, working on next is a time when I get stabbed sometimes because like I'm holding it with more fingers than I have finger guards on. Okay, something like that. And then this is bothering me, so it's not like super easy to clean this, and sometimes I use a lint roller and it works, but you can also just kind of pull it out. Your little fingies. Be gone, colors. Yeah, the other side of this is looking a little rough as well. That was from making Shadow Milk. I was like, what was that from? Oh yeah. Anytime I'm making any kind of a like flat sheet, like we're gonna get that when we make his scarf because we need to make pre-felt for that. While I'm pinching, let's pinch this side. So extended periods of pinching kind of cramps your fingers up, turns out. Okay, that's hurting my fingers too much. Forget it. Not right now. Anyway. Now, this Ralsei isn't wearing any pants, but my characters always wear pants. So we'll say that he has black shorts on. Usually the color of whatever like skirt it is, but since I don't have like an exact color match for this, rather than pull apart the pre-felt and use it, which feels wasteful, black. Metaton would be a fun felt to make. The like new body one. Okay, why do you have so much shit? I want your fur to look dirty. Rolling around in grass like the Gunch. That would actually be a really funny fan art of like any of the characters from this family. rolling around in grass and getting all green. I'm also, like, definitely gonna make his sleeves a little bit oversized. Because they are on the plush and they sort of are in the sprite. It's very cute. Speaking of oversized, if any of you remember Joe Cat's makeshift campaign for his, like, low-level RPG gear sweatshirt, that came the other day. And I ordered it in size very big. And it is comfy. I had Spamton in my mind, so I heard Spamily rolling in the grass. Spamton rolling around in the grass would be funny, though. Especially just, like, rotating his sprite. Get rotated, idiot. I also had to check to see if Chapter 1 Ralsei had his arms outside of his cloak ever, and he does. They are just, like, more hidden behind his back. So, they will... The cloak will be the same shape. That one. Hi! What's up, pup? Yo. How about you? It's been around. I don't remember when he last went out, so I may need to take him out if he decides that he wants to do that before stream is out. I try to time his going outsides with he won't have to during stream. I usually try to have, like, the inside of the mitten hand be at least a little bit concave. But it's not, like, just flat with a thumb on it. I don't have any more of this carded, so let's do that. I was watching Cozy Witch this morning, and they had painted adorable little, like, stars and moons on the back of their carding brushes. And I'm like, I want to do that! So, maybe sometime soon I'll do, like, a painting my stuff stream. That might be fun. I don't know what I would do with this, though. I kind of don't want to mess with it. Because, like, it's the tool that I use the most, so if I put, like, a sticker on it, it might get annoying. be fun to get like some like actually nice like, metallic paints or something, and I'm sure Cozy wouldn't mind if I also put stars and moons on mine. They did already do that. I could paint. I could paint a little staccato. I could paint in teal the logo version of staccato. Branding! Just like... I have all of these branded products for me and me alone. I do, if you ever want anything such as this, have little keychains that were... Where did they go? Where did they go? Well, I don't know where they went, but keychains that were drawn by Sandra, one of which has staccato on them. And then also, if you order anything from StabbyNeedleStudios, you get a free StabbyNeedleStudios magnet. And also one of my business cards, which I am happy with how I designed them, but they do have like my entire name on them, so I'll leave that off for now. Thinking about a thing that happens in chapter 4, so I can't talk about it. But it's fun. I remember that until I played Undertale, like actually sat down and played it a few weeks ago, I didn't actually know that like the dummy and Nabstabluk and Metaton were all like related. They're all ghosts. I also felt bad because in my playthrough, like, attacking the first dummy doesn't affect the pacifist rating, but I think I just like hit the attack button too quickly because I didn't realize what I was doing and and attacked it, and it was like, oh shit, is the game gonna be mad at me now? And I was like, oh, the mad dummy is in fact mad at you no matter what you do, actually. So the fact that you attacked friend is not the end of the world, because he would have been mad at you regardless. There. The battle tutorial is meant to be an actual tutorial without consequences yet. Yeah. But yeah, the reason why I messed up when I originally played Undertale back in like 2015 or 16 was that I couldn't figure out what happened was that I didn't figure out that you are just supposed to keep clicking spare and you just have to like outlast their attacks. I thought, okay, well, but this isn't doing anything. None of the acts are doing anything, and I can't spare, so I guess I have to kill her? And then I did, and then Flower yelled at me, and I went, whatever! And then I stopped playing it. I don't know if that was just me being a dumbass, or if there was like a better way to tutorialize that, or what, but it just like, it felt like, oh, I'm doing this and it's like not doing anything, so... like, just waiting, just doing the same thing over and over and, like, hoping that the battle would resolve itself. Which is what you're supposed to do. Didn't seem intuitive to me. But I guess that's why it's supposed to be, you know, Pacifist is supposed to be a second playthrough thing anyway. Deltarune explains it better with both the spare and making enemies tired. Because, yeah, I think in Deltarune, you can... Well, I guess in Undertale, you also can attack them and then spare them. Because the ending only depends on if you got EXP, which is, like, if you killed them. But, yeah, also Deltarune has a, like, more involved combat system that makes you feel like you have more options. Rather than just, like, it is a bullet hell. Like, these are... you need to get through it. Because shmups kind of operate on their own rules that feel unintuitive to a lot of other gaming conventions. And this seemed to be the case with Void Stranger as well, because I recall Dan Jones playing Void Stranger and getting annoyed that it like kept telling you to like replay the game and do a bunch of stuff over again and do a bunch of busy work, and like taking your victory away from you. And I had just watched somebody else play Zero Ranger, which is that developer's previous game, which is a shooting game, which is a shoot 'em up. And in those games, they're relatively short, if you go all the way through, but the idea is that they are so hard that you have to learn the patterns and you're expected to fail many, many times before you, like, get the muscle memory to succeed. And that's kind of the case with, like, the really hard, Undertale Deltarune fights, where it's like, no, this is not supposed to be a thing you do on the first try. Also, welcome in, Careless. you can what's called 1cc it, like 1 credit continue, or 1 credit clear rather, where you like clear the whole game on 1 continue, and that's usually like a self-imposed goal for a lot of shmup players. And so Void Stranger, and to a somewhat lesser extent, Undertale and Deltarune, operate a bit on that philosophy of us going, people who are less familiar with it going, am I supposed to just be throwing myself at the wall and like doing the same thing over and over? And it's like, yes, you are, because it's supposed to be a gauntlet, and you're supposed to get good at it. You're not supposed to like get it on the first try. And then, but Void Stranger is also like a much longer game, so it being like, do it better, stupid, can get a little annoying. Lots of arcadey stuff like that. Really is just like, no, this isn't really supposed to be fair, at least on the first round. Which, in the lore of like Undertale, of saving being this like power that you have over the other characters, and it being like extremely lopsidedly unfair, in your favor, is kind of interesting, because if it was the kind of game where you could just, if you were reasonably good, first try everything, then that wouldn't necessarily hit as hard, because you would be like, oh, but I didn't really continue that much. It's like, no, you really are abusing the fact that you have saves to win. It can also be play your own experience, where it has many options and you don't have to replay the game over and over to see everything, but you can. Yeah, like, I'm sure as hell not gonna do Genocide route. Like, I couldn't do that. I can't play the bad routes in Baldur's Gate 3, like, no, I don't want the... I care too much. I don't want these characters to be the worst versions of themselves. And yeah, like, in its original context, before everybody knew, like, this is the way that you play Undertale, which, like, Deltarune operates on the concept of, you know that you're not supposed to attack, so it has a lot more diverse options for what you can do besides attacking and killing. But yeah, before that, it was like, oh, I'll just attack. And then the game yells at you about it. Which does a little bit fall into the Spec Ops The Line problem of a game making a statement about, like, players being violent against fictional characters, but then, like, it set up the stuff, like, it basically told you to do that, and then yells at you about it. Undertale is better about it, because it's like, here is a very clear alternative. Whereas some games that are trying to make that statement can flounder, because it's like, well, I don't know what else I was supposed to do. Even if there is like another way to do it, it's just like really obtuse to figure it out or something. Okay. It's always a little difficult, and I don't have a ton of experience with it. Adding Adding the colorful wool over top of a paw shape. Undertale came out to an audience that was not used to having an alternative, so many gamers had the wait what moment, yeah. Like, in the context that it exists now, going back and playing it in 2025, like, why is this... Like, some of the game design choices where I'm like, huh? Why'd they do this? It's like, because if you had finished it back when it came out, Mouse, then it's playing on the assumptions that you would have as a person who had not played a Toby Fox game before, because there weren't Toby Fox games before. And there was some precedent to games like this, but they were pretty obscure. Here's the thing that happens a lot with covering up is that, like, there's a lot of blank spots that I need to go on particularly smoothly. That adds in about 3 minutes. It is interesting that all of the super bosses have this melody in them, which is called Freedom Theme by fans. They all 4 of them have it in there somewhere. Hi Cheesy, welcome in. Happy birthday yesterday. Had a nice one. Get ads in just a little bit. I'll just be here working on Mr. Ralsei. too muddy. Keep the shapes defined. His shorts will not be this high up, but it will probably be shorter than usual just because his shirt doesn't go all the way down. Ads are over. Welcome back. There is a very, very funny bit in Look Outside where you are, like, fighting tooth and nail to get to this elevator. It's, like, going to take you to a place that you really need to get to. And, oh my gosh, you just got through this. And then, like, of course there's a monster in the elevator, too. And it's not very difficult, but it plays slowed down elevator music, and it's very funny. You're like, oh, fucking course, there's something in here. Welcome, Bake. Nice to see ya. Welcome in. Mr. Ashapet. A little scritch upon the ear. He has been so beyond thrilled to be getting wet food. Which I don't normally give him because it's A, expensive, B, kind of gross, and C, kind of messy. Especially with him having these long ears. And he has really nice kibble, really nice dog food that he eats. He gets like blueberries and little bits of Parmesan cheese and stuff all the time. It's not like he's just eating dry dog food all the time. But for now, as he is still recovering from dental work, he needs to have soft food. So now, twice a day, he's like, oh my god! You're gonna fill up my dish with canned food? Yay! And he's just like so incredibly excited. Luckily, he takes his medicine with it too. He's not fussy about eating medicine. It's like getting ice cream after a wisdom tooth removal. There is doggy ice cream, and I do give it to him sometimes, usually on his birthday, which is November 30th. But sometimes I give it to him on really hot days in the summer, and I might do that soon. Maybe next week to celebrate him being all recovered. Get him some doggy ice cream. I've been talking about making this ice cream that I made last year, and I've been talking about it to my writing group, and because I brought it one time, and I'm like, maybe I should bring it again. And they're kind of like, well, now you're sort of obligated to bring it again, aren't you? If you start talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. So I'm gonna bring that next time we have a meeting, 2 weeks. And it is my Scotcheroo ice cream, because in sort of select small towns in the Midwest, including the one where I grew up, there's a confection known as Scotcheroos, which is a Rice Krispie treat made with peanut butter in it and a topping of melted chocolate chips and butterscotch chips together. And it is very, very sweet, but you can make it less sweet by using like a bit darker chocolate and also putting sea salt on top. And using like natural peanut butter and stuff, and it's like not quite as cloyingly sweet. It's very like bake sale church potluck core. And so I have an ice cream version of it that is peanut butter ice cream with a swirl stracciatella, which is when the ice cream's spinning, you pour in melted chocolate and it makes these like swirls of mixed chocolate and butterscotch chips, and then a Rice Krispie brittle, which I learned how to make. Basically just like making a peanut brittle but using Rice Krispies or any other cereal instead. That was also like problem solving and how do I bring this to life, which is my favorite thing in the universe to do. Is it's like, how do I translate this to an ice cream? Because you can't just put Scotcheroos in there, chop them up and put them in there, because they would be like rock hard. Because it's also got like corn syrup in it and some other stuff that makes it extremely hard when cold. Like break your teeth hard. And it's like, okay, well, how do we get still like a crunch, get the flavors in there? So looked up, does anybody do like cereal brittle? And I found a recipe for it and kind of figured everything else out from there. I also make an ice cream that's based on the chocolate chip cookies that my family makes, which is a recipe that has oatmeal and toasted walnuts in it, as well as more sort of brown sugar than normal. And so it's like a very caramely, toasty, bit darker flavor to a chocolate chip cookie. And so I do just make those because you can eat those frozen because they're pretty chewy. You chop them up small enough, it's fine to have in an ice cream. But then I made walnut ice cream because what you can do with infusing flavors into ice cream is it's similar to infusing flavors into tea or other types of cream, where you just sort of steep whatever it is in the cream and then take it out. So I toasted a bunch of walnuts and steeped them in the cream, and then took those out and then made the ice cream as it was, and also replaced the white sugar with brown sugar. It was very, very good. The ice cream that I make is really rich, though. It's just because it's French style, which means it has egg yolks in it. Very good, but it is very like, ooh boy, have too much of that. It is cooked, obviously. Ice cream is always cooked. You make the creme anglaise on the stove, using like heavy cream and milk usually, with eggs, a flavoring you want. If you're not doing French style, sometimes they use like xanthan gum to sort of bind it together, replicating the eggs. There's all sorts of ways you can make ice cream. Finding out which foods act as binders is really interesting and also helpful if you have like dietary restrictions. Because things like bananas are very good binding agents. And you can make like a you can make like a banana smoothie without a whole lot of other stuff in it, or like a banana ice cream that will set up in a stiff way, just because banana can act as a binding agent. Usually that's eggs, but not always. Just like talking about random food stuff. Making food is fun. I wish I did it more. It is fun. I did some cooking earlier today. Made a recipe that I really like that is a sausage sweet potato pasta with rosemary. And you roast the sweet potatoes. Well, first you toast the rosemary on the stove in the oil, and then you take that out, and then you have sort of a rosemary scented oil, and you use that and salt and pepper and mix that with the sweet potatoes, and then put those in the oven. Pan fry the sausage, cook the pasta. It also has Parmesan cheese, and then you kind of mix that together with some of the pasta water, which is starchy, and that's often used for making sauces, used as a sauce base. You mix some of the pasta water with the sausage and the pasta you put in the pan as well. You just cook it 1 minute less so that it is the correct al dente when it's done with that. Add the sweet potatoes and the rosemary and the Parmesan in. Yummy. I make it with like shell pasta. It does a good job of like being it all up. And you have you get a few things of shells like stuck together, and then it's like a yummy big bite of pasta. Also a really good roasted salmon recipe that I made that's from the Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat book by Samin Nosrat, who's fantastic and we love her. Really teaches you about like the science of cooking and why things happen and why you should pay attention to stuff. Really helped me learn a lot. I took a lot of notes. And in that one, she has you roast the salmon at a really low temperature at 225 for a long time so that it really gently cooks it. And then the salmon has like this guaranteed like very good texture. And then it can also like, you can also sort of deliberately undercook it so that when you have leftovers and you reheat them, then it's not overcooked. That can happen a lot with fish, is that like reheating it overcooks it. Did that with just like some herbs and lemon, salt and pepper. Also, like, if something calls for a citrus juice, use the zest as well. It adds a lot. The zest is right there, you might as well use it. Also saving stuff like shrimp shells and chicken carcasses and mushroom stems for stock. Very good. Parmesan rinds. Go through a lot of Parmesan, which I do. You have like 4 or 5 months worth of that stuff saved up, and you can make a really good chicken stock. Or shrimp stock if it's shrimp. Oh boy. Okay, I think we're finally out of white on white time. in his tiny little shorts. Oh, so I was at the gym the other day, yesterday, and the trainer who's like 50-ish, and the other client who was there, who's probably 40-ish, was like, "Hey, do you know about jorts?" And I was like, "Jean short? What about him? Jean shorts?" And they're like, "Oh, okay. It's like a millennial word." I'm like, "Huh? Is it?" Like, I didn't know what jorts was, and I'm like, "It's just what about him? What's the problem?" They're like, "Ah, you young people," and I'm like, "I'm 31. I'm not like that young." They're always just like, "Ah, you millennials." Like, oh, okay, whatever. You okay? Okay. Alright. I'm over 40 and considered a millennial. What are they talking about? Yeah, no, I genuinely, like, almost said, also there are other things that just have a J on them that are like Gene whatever, and it gets ridiculous and it's very silly. But I thought that might explode their brains a little bit. But believe me, I was thinking about the jouch. And then they turn around and go like, "Oh my gosh, AI is so fun and silly and exciting." And I'm like, you know how I feel about it. I don't want to be the bleeding heart liberal in the room, but I feel like if there's anything to be a bleeding heart liberal about, might as well be that. I heard somebody say that, like, the older generation is, like, turning into iPad babies. And I'm like, yeah, that's not what's happening. Especially seeing, like, people getting very, like, older people getting very excited about, like, voice-to-text and Siri, and I'm just like, you have perfectly functioning hands. You can just search. It's not that hard. And they're like, yeah, but it feels like I'm on Star Trek. And I'm like, all right. Trust me, I'm not confused about what you just said. I'm just stun-locked trying to decide if I should unload my internet knowledge on your normies or if I should spare you. Yeah, that's... Sure is rough being a very online person, isn't it? You're like, should I? Should I? The answer's usually no. And that same person was also like, maybe it's because of all of the leaded gasoline that was being spewed into the air all the time until we invented unleaded gasoline. Like, yeah, I mean... There was something else that was in Cozy Witch's stream this morning, the other sort of needle felting streamer, that we were talking about, like, asexuality and demisexuality and stuff, and being like, adults just don't get it. And like, I'm sort of two minds of people who, of like, how much you need to educate people. Because I admit, when I learned about, like, asexuality and demisexuality and stuff a long time ago, when I was, like, a teenager, or whenever they sort of came into prominence, I was like, oh, well, isn't that a thing that everybody has, or is that just like, is that really like a distinctive sexuality? Are you sure? But then it once I sort of learned that it was like, oh no, it's legitimately like, do not feel attraction in this way, and like it's a thing in your brain that is different from how I experience it. And it's like, oh, okay. It's just like, sometimes you do have to be like, okay, but this is what I mean. But then there are also people who are like, I don't want to have to like be the educator, like people should educate themselves, and I just give them a link and say read about it. And I'm like, okay, that's like not what I choose to do, because I'm happy enough being an educator most of the time. But it's not a wrong position to have. He looks like he's going swimming. Hey. It does take spoons to educate others, yeah. Let's see what we got for... Also, I'm gonna... Although, let's be real, he wouldn't wear, like, just swim trunks. He would wear, like, an adorable little outfit. There for now. A striped onesie? Definitely. I'm thinking like a little frilly shirt. And like little pink swim trunks or something. What would the others be wearing? And absolutely, and floaties. Susie would have like swim trunks plus maybe sports bra, maybe like rash guard, and then like a big Hawaiian shirt. And I feel like with the stripy theme that all the protagonists have, Chris might be the one-piece, like, old-fashioned swimsuit. Hawaiian shirt with dino print? Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, that'll work. Might make it a little longer, just so that his, a little wider, rather. Yeah, wider. So that they're oversized. And then, like, Noelle would have a cute little bikini or something. Our fluffiest boy would become soggy. No. Noelle in a white sundress. Oh my god, yes. Like, there's gotta be fan art of this, right? Oh, I'll look at some later, probably. I could cut out the heart, but I think I'll probably just felt it, because I don't think I can, like, freehand cut out a heart as nicely as I can carefully felt it on there. Yeah, Noelle's got the sundress. And, like, brought the watermelon with the stick, because even though we're in, like, America question mark, whatever hometown is supposed to, like, kind of resemble, like, you know they wouldn't miss an opportunity to have, like, an anime beach episode. That is about the right length. And make that a little wider, perhaps. Yes, yes. You need 2 of them. It doesn't need to be any longer. Learned from a couple times ago that you don't want to just necessarily make this whole thing bigger, because then you're making the armholes bigger, and that's, like, not really what you want. This is the robe for Pure Vanilla. Ralsei's outfit is a little bit more voluminous at the bottom. Okay, so like that. There's got to be 2 beaches, one in the light and one in the dark world. Oh yeah, we're also, like, assuming that Ralsei can even be there. Oh. Oh, honey. They bring King and Queen along to the dark beach. Lancer is, like, in a little inner tube. Oh my gosh. Digging so many holes. King would be buried in the sand up to his neck. Rolls is trying to, like, flirt with the lifeguard. Lancer's bike is in one of the beach chairs. Yes. I'm just thinking, like King and or Rules forced Lancer to wear, like, a big giant inner tube so that he doesn't drown. Some of the newsletter sprites, I like only just now sub to the newsletter, so I actually don't know a whole lot of what's on there. So, little heart, it goes about here. Higher up. Yeah, why don't you? Love to see it. The tube can be designed for the weapon. Yes, absolutely. It's like the inner tube to thrash your own ass. Like, I designed this particularly for my own self. And I will be extremely safe. Don't you worry. There's so many. Oh yeah, they're like wearing each other's outfits and stuff. I will look more at that later. But anybody who wants to take a look at that. It says they're going to look at it later, closes tab. Come on. Mouse, figure your life out. The tube could have a ducky head, yes. Like, I have the link, but it's gonna get lost in chat. So like if I want to look at anything after stream, if it's a YouTube video, I need to put it in watch later, and if it's anything else, I need to leave the tab open. Yes, Susie would absolutely destroy the food stands. I mean, there's already precedent for that in chapter 1, where they're like at the food stands and just getting a bunch of stuff. Also, like, over-under on the festival that's gonna be in one of the future chapters, just straight up being like a school festival from an anime, and or like a summer matsuri. Extremely likely. Oh, right. Duh. Here's what I was gonna do. I should make a bunch. I should make the patterns for chapter 1 Ralsei while I'm here. Even though we're not technically making both of them at once, we still sort of are. Way to... Cooking a hypothetical Deltarune scenario together? Yeah. That's helping. I did just literally buy another one of these, because this same one was used for Snake. Still a smart move to not do it from scratch later. Also, hi, senpai! Ralsei. E. We started cooking up an entire scenario where all, like, the Deltarune characters are at the beach, because Ralsei having shorts here kind of looks like he's wearing a swimsuit. I would be so incredibly down for, like, any kind of like, stock anime episode with these characters. Hot Springs episode, also good. And then, like, the justification for Chris being able to go in, like, both of the like, gender-segregated baths is they're non-binary, so they can just go in both. Like, which one do you go in? Both. Fine, don't worry about it. Just goes in both and hangs out with all the characters. Yeah. And then they put on the yukata, and then they play ping pong. Susie and Lance are absolutely fucking crushing the ping pong. Ralsei's just like, the scenery is so lovely. This isn't even like an AU. Like, these could all, like, plausibly happen. So did you eat the ball? Well, I thought it was candy. He told me about something called daifuku, and it kind of looks like this, I think. But they were little white balls, so I ate this one. Yum. Anything is possible, and also just, like, having, like, an anime episode plotline is so incredibly within the realm of possibility. Hey, what the fuck is this? How are you supposed to keep using that? I don't know, I'll figure it out. They are just fun characters to think about, just like, I would like to put these guys in situations. That's what's good when you have, like, really, really, like, well-developed characters. Is you can just, like, put them in any situation and know how they would act. So in our for the other one pile, have these patterns and then also the white glasses, the armature and the armature for the ears. Here's all the stuff for the other one that we have done. Oh. At the heart, though. Get that. Don't forget, oh my god. I'm trying to think of a villain in this scenario and thinking it can be a wildlife awareness thing, where it's assumed sharks are bad, but the real villain is like a safety sign that is overprotective to a fault. A good idea. Also extremely earthbound. Fight a safety sign. I was trying to be like, oh, and Sans is also there, but like, if this is in the Dark World. But also, he would totally show up in the Dark World, have a completely the same design. He would look exactly the same. They'd be just like, how'd you get here? And he's like, I don't know. Birdley would be the one pushing the anti-shark agenda. Yeah, Birdley's like... wearing the like limited edition like swimsuit of like the superhero that nobody likes. And he's very proud because he won it in a sweepstakes. Like, mark my words, that's gonna happen. Is that he's just gonna show up in the Dark World and be like, hey. That's also, like, not a very, you know, hot, spicy prediction, because, like, that's very obvious that he might do something like that, but I think it would be funny. The smartest man in the Schmarvel universe. Yeah, I was thinking it's like in My Hero Academia, like All Might merchandise, like limited edition, but it's just like some random thing that Birdley likes and nobody else does, except for Alphys. Alphys likes it. But she also thinks he's cringe because she likes the rival character for that superhero better anyway. Elvis in a Cutie Mew Mew Season 2 merch swimsuit, yes. Up to the Deltarune universe, isn't she like really poor? So she's just like, maybe Undyne gave it to her. Hard thing about making sleeves like this is if I want them to be looser, I have to like felt them on and then kind of take them off. You tied her up here. She isn't even a couple with Undyne yet. I admit I don't remember a lot of the Mew Mew Kissy Cutie lore. Hey, why'd you put like the seam right in the front where everybody can see it? Great question. Did I do that? Office does explain the entire plot very quickly with hardly any time to read it. Yeah, it's like sped up text, I think. Which is generally a good bit in video games. The only time it sucks is an Ace Attorney. Because, like, the only person who does that is Wendy Oldbag, who sucks. I'm trying to find more Ace Attorney likes that are good. Because I played Hero of Law, the Ocarina of Time mod. And I'm like, I want more Ace Attorney. So I don't know if anybody's, like, played any of the like indie Ace Attorney likes, those if they're good. There's like a magic one, which seems like it would be like the actual version of what the crossover was. Which the Latent crossover was fantastic, but it isn't really the promise of Of the double, yeah, Astral has been streaming that. I will have to look more into that. I know there's like one of the game design YouTubers is making one. Also, like, YouTubers making cool stuff that they like because they now have the resources for it generally has been working out pretty well. Like, Mario Mon was good. That was like an Alpha Rad thing. I just saw that Giguk, the anime YouTuber, is like making an anime that's based on Thai culture because he's Thai. Very cool. Now you look a little bit like Butler, Ralsei. Oh no, did I make his dress thing too short? Here. The way to fix that is not to drag it down, it's to lower this and then add more up here. No tiny fluffy son of mine will be walking outside in a skirt that short. Yeah, the scarf will hide it. I'll still put stuff up there though. I think because Pure Vanilla has much shorter legs. So it like goes down to here on Pure Vanilla, but on a character who has normal length legs, it is too short. Sure if we actually want it to be this wide or not. Oh, lap it. Will we? Yeah, that's better. Means I would need to revise the pattern. I think that is just going up then. And I can use these scraps to fix this up here. Oh, stay there. Usually for the back of garments like this, I will kind of felt in the back like this, so there's a nicer silhouette, but I think because he's supposed to just be like a cute little boy, I won't do that. Gosh. Looking so freaking cute though. We have ads in about a minute and a half. Sorry for that like really long Nightbot message. It'll only be there for next week-ish. It's just like I'm doing two things. Well, I'm not in SGDQ, but like my stuff is. But yeah, the raid train's happening soon next week as well. But no, absolutely check out all of those speedrunners, all of those crafters. They're all wonderful. I won't cover all of this. I just want to cover, like, the parts that you'll be able to see under the scarf. See you in a bit after ads, everybody. wait until people are back from ads to do the scarf, because that part's kind of fun. Bit more. There's a teeny bit that's left uncovered. This scarf for it. Alright, welcome back, everybody. It's just sort of fixing up parts that were uncovered. Now, yes, that's what I got this out for. See how long the scarf should be. That's long. 14 inches. But yeah, oh, makes sense. We'll see if we can make 2 of them. Big stretch. I could do a mystery. I think I want it to be like too thick, but like a scant 1 inch, like 3/4 inch thick and 14 inches long. What it should be, which I should write down in my notebook. And also, Don't worry, Mr. Buppy. Worry not, Mr. Pup. Yeah? How do you feel? I nearly forgot. Have kiss. I know. I know. Have you too. I shall pet him. Oh, welcome in! Welcome in, Lucky Pixie! And friends. Hello! I'm WireMouse. My pronouns are they, them. I am a needle felt artist, and I run a store called StabbyNeedleStudios, where I make needle felted dolls, such as Ralsei from Deltarune. We are almost done with him. We are also making a Chapter 1 version, and we're just working on a scarf now. What were you guys up to? Do you feel like sharing any of the arts and crafts that you were working on? That's fine. Otherwise, very happy to see you all. I hope you have a nice day. Looks amazing. Thank you. Was working really hard on figuring out how to get his little outfit right. Ooh, doll customization. If you have a picture of it, I'd love to see it. Yeah, trying to figure out how to like get his hair, get his glasses. Figuring out how to stylize stuff is difficult. I do really like it. Okay. What we're doing right now is mixing two colors together. We're taking this shiny pink and this hot pink and mixing them together with carding brushes, which also makes the fibers easier to work with. It mixes them too. At the moment, working on my second project. Yeah, go ahead and link your Instagram if you feel like it. That color's about right. Although we are going to need to make 2 of these, so we might as well. Okay, pixie dolls, cool. You can also just put the link in chat if you feel like it, but up to you. Yeah, links are okay as long as they're relevant to stream. This one would be. Well, let's do this and this. Oh, thank you. We'll see how much that takes. Because mixing too much of stuff together can be like, oh great, now this is mixed together and I already used everything that I needed, and now I just have this extra thing that I don't know what to use with. Although, like, hopefully I'll be making more of these dolls, but we'll see. Okay, so... best way to do this? Because I have like a long ruler. Or I could just... Yeah, I can just use a tape measure, that's fine. Oh! It is just one end of interesting. It is just diagonally one end of this to the other is 14 inches. It's an interesting thing to discover. It can be a little bit fluffier than some of our other making pre-felt ventures because it is supposed to be a fluffy scarf. That looking. Yeah. There. Felt that down in the corner. How long have I been felting for? I've been felting for a little bit over 2 years. I started in May of 2023. And I have only been streaming for a couple months, but I have had my store for almost since September of 2023. And I'm always learning and always growing. Love to figure out new things. How long have you been making your custom dolls for? Oh yeah, I forgot that this album ends with "It's Raining Somewhere Else." Pretty. Nearly 2 months, nice. Making dolls is very cool. I've like sort of peeked into like the ball jointed doll scene. Like people are so cool. Like it's a lot of the same sort of sculpting stuff that I do, but with pre-made parts, but you're also like adding your own stuff onto it, often adding custom clothes, repainting the face. A lot going on. I work with Monster High dolls. Yeah, I've heard that those are good to work with, and also that they're like just really interesting designs. Especially when you're trying to do something by hand that's often done in a factory. Figuring out like what's within the realm of possibility for you doing it by hand. Also what you can do that factories can't do.
Yay!
Oh, thank you for the follow. Okay, that's a little thin in the middle. However, because it's a scarf, might just if. Oh, like this. Well, okay, first. Help that down a little. Oh. Sliding around. Oh my goodness, look at him. Well, he's not like so covered in, but it's the popular boy! It's him! He looks very good, thank you. I think he's turning out really well. Oh, don't felt it into the hair. Have a good rest of your stream. Thanks for raiding. Thanks for coming by. Going for about another less than 40 minutes. We're not gonna go long like we did yesterday. Because I was regretting that. my shoulders and neck hurt real bad. Because like I can stream for as long as I want, but like felting constantly without a break for that long, and like I could take breaks if I really wanted to, but I get in the zone. But yeah, 3 hours is about the limit of felting without being in pain afterwards. And 4 or 5 hours is about the length of time that Ash will be able to deal with not going outside. This is a little long. More like 13. Really want to cut this. Very difficult to like make it look good when you cut it. Was this the Luzong album again? Or no. No, okay, so fine. They don't end with raining somewhere else. It's in the middle. Whatever. Whatever! I'm not talking out of my ass. I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's... Look. Up. Really more like half an inch. Although, having it be 3/4 inch means that, like, this can flare out nicely and then I can create depth by pushing the top and bottom of this in. So, okay, 3/4 inch is fine. But yeah, this is really more like 13 inches. Almost the felting net diagonally. What about that? That? Yes. I want this to be under scarf, though. Okay, if one side is slightly longer than the other. Also, in the sprite, it's more like this. It's just that on the plushie, it's like this. I've just gotten distracted from the original thing I was gonna draw, but this tangent is so blessed and cute. Are you talking about Ralsei, or are you talking about the thing that you're drawing? Because I'd be excited to see what you are drawing. It might be inspired by Stream Smile. I want you to know that every piece of fan art that I've gotten that I was able to save, which so far is like 2 when they were from Juno streams, I have like saved on my computer because I love them. I know Cheesy made one and I wasn't able to save it. That was when I was making Snake, and that was very cute as well. Art based on what we talked about this stream. Did you make one of the, like, the little Deltarune Beach episode? That would also be extremely cute. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at him. It's him. That's the boy. So good. It, like pushing his ears in like that. Oh my god. That's what did it. Like, they had to be out so that I could work on all of this, but look at he. Look at he. Gosh. Sometimes you work a long time on something and you just need to, like, kind of stare at it for a bit. Wow. Wow, look at him. I mean, this is great for the time-lapse video because both of these videos are gonna be, like, together. Get to stare at him for very long anyway. Gosh. Wow. It's just like, wow, he's so good. Okay. I am surrounded on all sides by Ralseis. And we'll see if they get in my way or not. You know what I said about making too much of one mixed fiber? I know that I will be making more of these, so it will not be a waste to have this much. There's no way in hell that I'm gonna put this online and nobody's gonna reorder it. Like, Observe him! Oh my gosh, okay. Cuteness proximity for my own stuff. Times you're like, I am good at what I do, actually. Soak up that well-earned dopamine. Like, because I'm a very polite person, I'm, you know, it's just kind of in my nature to be like, oh, well, let's not draw too much attention to what I did. But I think I did a good job, so... So, yeah. Yeah, basically nowhere but on this plushie, which it did come like this. It came with it draped over this way. But, like, on the product photos and on every sprite, it's over backwards. Very much same, but sometimes when you cook and you have to let people know, and you're like, I made him real! And, like, this is him real as well, but, like, this is, like, his actual design real. That's, like, why I do cosplay and felting dolls and stuff. This is, like, I love this thing, and I want to have it in my home. I want to hold it in my arms. But it doesn't exist. However, we have the technology. I can make him real. With my own 2 hands. Yes, this is only half joking because I wanted anime vinyl figures that didn't exist. Yeah, both designs are in the... Yes! Oh my fucking god. Okay, so it's like a very slight spoiler, but a PNG of this Ralsei appears in Chapter 3 several times, and it's like an extremely good bit. Like, that and one boss fight in Chapter 4 that I won't talk about, are like, I was, like, my stomach hurt. I was laughing so hard. That's why, like, if somebody came to a stream about a Deltarune character a month after the game came out, it's not free reign to just spoil everything. But if there's, like, little stuff like that, I don't feel as bad. But it's why, like, early on when I was making Tenna, like, the first couple streams of making Tenna being like, I don't want to talk about Tenna much, but now it's like, because it's farther out from the game coming out, it's maybe okay to talk about him a little bit more. I'm curious if for the next chapter they'll make a plushie of another character, or they'll make a plush of the Ralsei dummy. Like the one that's wearing his Chapter 1 clothes. Because they have a couple other plushies. They have Spamton and they have Sham. And they have both versions of Ralsei. I'm trying to think. They'll like definitely do something with Tenna. Yeah, they do have more than Ralsei plushies, but Ralsei's the most popular one because he's the popular boy. Milk Soak Spamton in the actual honest to god like official ad for it by Fangamer. When they're like, here, we filled him with liquid and threw him against a wall and also like threw him in a storm drain and ran him over with a car, and I'm like, very good, thank you. You understand. We do need a Lancer plush that bounces. If any other character needs a plush, I do think it's Lancer. He needs to just be like basketball texture. He needs to just make like a thunk sound when you smack him. Dribble the boy. He'd love that. He'd love to be a basketball. For the other one. Oh. What I wanted to do before we moved on was... Pattern. Oh, it's up here. Okay, I'll understand what this means, but I drew thing on it and said wider for longer. It's make this wider for longer sleeves. Because it seems like you should make it longer this way. No, you're longer this way because it goes like this. Okay, so this robe. So should I actually just make it longer, or should I make... No. I think I probably will just, like, make this part longer. Make this, like, a little bit wider, but not by a whole lot. That's for characters that are taller than pure vanilla, which is all of them. He's a goddamn cookie. And also it goes like this. Hey. That's not a thing to write with. 2. 0. Yes, yes. That is that pattern for future. The same adjustments to it, other doll as we over there, but we don't need to read. Now we're on the song. And if you guys are tired of this music, we can change it. I'm just like, I don't think we've listened to this in a little while. I might be getting the, like, self-conscious about making other people listen to the same songs that you're fine listening to over and over. But also I try to be like, at least a couple streams between them, and then it's fine. We got 2 popular boys, and there will soon be a 3rd one who looks slightly different. Okay, so we don't need this. What do we need? We need this. We have 18 minutes left, which means we can basically just work on the base layer for this. But we already have glasses, the sleeves, the scarf, and the robe. I would be so self-conscious about that because I can listen to the same thing for hours. Yeah, I'm just like, oh no, what if people get sick of it? And that's why I like try to have also like those live 24/7 channels that I have like a few of those on the stream music playlist. And I'm like trying to constantly add to the stream music playlist and have them be like big long videos. But they do have to have like, or at least most of them anyway, need to have like a lo-fi vibe, so it's not, so we're not changing the vibe! The vibe needs to be correct! If it's not correct, I'm gonna pee! Okay. Hi, I know, big stretch. There's a lot of shit over on that side of the table. And I think I'm going to organize it because it's stressing me out. I'm going to do that. Just gonna organize it and we'll be right back. I won't be stressed out anymore. Okay, that feels better. Feels better now. Not a big pile. Now it's just nice and organized. I have like a big chip clip for the bag of polyfill. Patterns go up there. This Ralsei goes here, and this Ralsei goes here. Crash goes over there. And Ash is here. I hold his hand. I hold your hand. Yes, I do. You hold your hand. Love you. Yeah, we won't make, like, a lot of progress on this, but okay, it is Saturday. It needs to be done on Wednesday, but I need to do... But that Wednesday is the Raid Train stream, which has, like, an Around the World theme. Do I stick to the theme, or do I try to stretch this to be the theme? Because they said the theme of Around the World, talking about your own space, could just be your craft room. And I do have this plush constantly in my craft room. So if I wanted to, I could finish this on Wednesday, and it would technically fit the theme. And then I wouldn't have to do a second extra stream. Makes sense. Like, should I do like a Cincinnati related thing? But stuff I can think of either would never sell or would not take long enough. Could make a flying pig if we have time. Or I could just show the one that I have. So. I shouldn't worry about one of the arms looking longer than the other for right now because it's just the base. Fine. Don't worry about it. Don't mess with it. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit. Okay, now don't mess with it. really do like adding little bits of sparkle like this, even if it's not on the original design, just because I have the sparkly wool with the Angelina fibers in it. It'd be like, oh, their hair or one of their accessories or something like that has a sparkle on it. And actually Susie's hair uses the pink sparkly wool, so, and this is mixed with the hot pink, so it's not exactly the same. But it looks cohesive, and I'm wondering if on Chris, when I make them, if I can make something sparkly, because they don't have... Do they have any pink on their outfit? Not really. Because their, like, cape thing is red. I could make that sparkly. I do have a sparkly red. They have a pink scarf? Sorta. Let's look at reference of them. Do with that. Also, hi Turbo Sucks. Welcome in. Oh yeah, it is pink, you're right. Let me show the fan art that I want to use as a reference for that one. Oh. Cause like here's Chris's sprite sheet. Which you're right, does have much more of a pink scarf. So it could be, I think it would be fun to have all three of them have pink hair, pink cape, pink scarf. And probably I'll make the sword. Not the shield, because the sword and the shield are like never on screen at the same time. But probably the sword. And then the fan art that I really like is this one of Chris, that I think did a good job of showing like what their armor would look like in a still somewhat simplified but a bit more complex way, and it also has the Deltarune sigil on it. So I'm going to be using this as reference partially as well. Oh yeah, go ahead and post it. I want to see. I want to see what you have done. Having the red eyes all the time, but they're just covered up. Yeah. Let me see. Get good at typing with one hand with finger guards on it. Oh my goodness. That's not showing it super well, but... Oh my god, he got it all soggy! Help him! He's so sad! And Lancer, oh my gosh, that you need to like post that somewhere. That's extremely cute. He's just a soggy child, help him. I remember that there's like flavor text in the bathroom in Deltarune in your house. Where it's like, there's a bottle of apple-scented shampoo, that's for Chris, and a gallon-sized bottle of pet shampoo. Which, like, with a world of monsters, like, doesn't actually make any sense, but, like, that's fine. And I'm like, oh, wait, but only... But, like, only Toriel lives there right now. And, like, Asgore hasn't lived there for a while, so it was that for, like, Toriel and Asriel, but they don't... Like, they wouldn't use a whole gallon, right? Oh, wait, they're covered in fur. It's not just their hair. Oh, no. White fur everywhere. The pet shampoo is actually cheaper than monster-catered shampoo. Maybe. that like buying baby shampoo for dogs instead of pet shampoo? Pet shampoo is more expensive than baby shampoo, weirdly. Or maybe it was because I need to replace the shampoo that I have because it's very old for Ash. Bottle. But yeah, I think the person who was Ash's breeder told me that baby shampoo is better for dogs. I think that was part of what one time Amazon saw me buying like that and craft foam or something, and literally put on one of the pages, oh, put in when your baby's due so that we can give you deals on baby things. And I went, ugh! No! Which, if you don't know, I don't know how it works with internet law, but at least with like mailing advertisements, you're not allowed to send stuff like that in the mail, targeted advertisements for baby stuff, because it outs people who are like not ready to share that they're pregnant. Because there was something that happened with a girl who had gotten pregnant and still lived with her parents but didn't want them to know yet, and then got all of these like baby stuff advertisements in the mail, and they were like, why are you getting this? And she got outed for that, which sucks. And then she like took them to court. I think it was Target. And, like, also fuck Target, right? Like, they were so good about, like, queer creators and showing off all this good stuff for Pride Month. And then they got one little complaint, and, like, they just completely folded under the pressure. And we're like, fine, we'll put it in the back of the store and we won't show it. And, in fact, we'll roll back all of our DEI stuff and all that. And I'm just like, you cowards. Absolute fucking cowards, these people. I lost so much respect for Target. Ugh. Maybe I won't worry about the feet right now. Alright. We will come back to this. We'll come back to this on Monday. But what we got done for today... What's this, Ralsei? He's so very sweet and so very cute. He just wants to be your friend, actual. And he got all soggy as well. Okay. So very, so fluffy. Let's see. Who can we raid? Ah, I see. Looks like Weeb and Renee and Onsta? And Onsta are playing Peak. Okay, well, we'll raid Weeb then. That sounds pretty peak, if you ask me. joke that everybody makes. Weave Renee Osink Herzek. Nice. All right. Well, let's do that. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming. And I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Bye-bye.